Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it. Blood Hunt is a 5-issue event from Marvel Comics releasing in April. This has already been previously announced, but now it is officially part of our April solicitations. That's what we're going through today. Blood Hunt is going to be an Avengers-centric vampire event, written by Jed MacKay with artwork by Pepe Larraz. So this is going to be spinning out of stuff building up in Avengers, spinning out of stuff from Doctor Strange, spinning out of stuff from Blade. Now, Jed MacKay's been doing a really great job with a lot of the books that he's got at Marvel right now, including Doctor Strange and, of course, Moon Knight. Now, I've said that Jed MacKay is going to be lined up to do an event at some point, somewhere, and this is it. Pepe Larraz on the art. I love the idea that Marvel, if you want to make this a big deal, you get one of your best writers, you get one of your best artists, and you deliver. Hopefully, this series will deliver. Right now, though, it does seem to be in line with most other Marvel events where it kind of comes out of nowhere. There hasn't been anything really truly building up to this, though I haven't been reading Jed's Avengers books in a few issues, so maybe something's going on there. Deadpool relaunches with the new #1 in April, this time written by Cody Ziglar with artwork by Roge Antonio. Now, I'm not the biggest Deadpool comic book fan, but I don't mind Deadpool as much as I used to, right? But what I do find obnoxious is the constant rebooting, relaunching, and renumbering of Marvel titles. This is billed as an ongoing, but we know exactly what it is. It's another Deadpool miniseries. That being said, Cody Ziglar is an artist, a writer I can really get behind for this project. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, new series in April, written by Stephanie Phillips with artwork by Chris Campana, and it's the same thing there. It's like, why just a series of miniseries? Why not just have one Spider-Gwen book that's giving us something to build on, that's giving us something that has the potential to gain momentum, gain word of mouth, gain some traction? It never is going to happen when you keep just doing a series of miniseries. I mean, who do you think you are, Marvel? Mike Mignola? You should be so lucky. Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin, a 4-issue miniseries starting in April, written by J.M. DeMatteis with artwork by Michael Maria. This one is a throwback kind of book. J.M. DeMatteis coming back for some of that old school flavor. It's delivering the story of the Proto-Goblin. Turns out Norman Osborn wasn't the first Green Goblin. What's that all about? We're going to find out here in this series. Kid Venom, 4 issues starting in April from Takami. Now, this was a digital-first comic under Marvel Unlimited. They put all of the web series together in a one-shot, Kid Venom Origins. It came out like a few weeks ago. That's all set up for the miniseries, which is to come. I thought that little one-shot thing of the web series was okay, but didn't really super do anything for me. Star Wars Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red, 4 issues starting in April. The first issue will be by Benjamin Percy, Stefano Raphael, but this is basically the same thing as we've seen before with Darth Vader, Black, White, and Red, Elektra Black, White, and Red, Carnage Black, White, and Red, Moon Knight Black, White, and Red, all the way back to the Grendel days, right? It's going to be a bunch of creators coming in to tell Darth Maul stories in an anthology short format, all of it black and white with a touch of red. Marvel doesn't always go 100 on these things, but we'll see what they do. Darth Maul is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, so I'm excited to see what happens. We got more details about the TMNT relaunch. That's right, TMNT is being relaunched. It's not being rebooted, but it is being relaunched with Jason Aaron at the helm as the writer. We're going to have a TMNT Alpha book in June, and then in July we get TMNT issue #1 with art by Joelle Jones. This is going to be a Raphael-centric story. In the second issue, we got Raphael Albuquerque coming in to do the art on a Michelangelo-centric issue. The third issue, the following month, we have Cliff Chang coming in to do a Leonardo-centric issue, and then we got Chris Burnham coming in to do a Donatello-centric issue for issue #4. That's how they're deciding to start off this new TMNT book. I think it's interesting. It harkens back to the old school micro series days, but kind of kicking it off with that, but it is the proper issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. interesting choice of artists. I like all the artists for their own merit, but I'm really pumped to see what Chris Burnham can do, because Chris Burnham's got like a textured, gritty style that I think will really work for TMNT. Then we got Geiger, Redcoat, and Rook Exodus all releasing in April. We just had the Ghost Machine special launch in comic shops this week. Now we have the return of Geiger with new #1, a new series, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Then we've got Redcoat, Jeff Johns and Brian Hitch. We get the origin of Redcoat a little bit in that Ghost Machine one-shot. Now we get the full-fledged series finally, and we get Rook Exodus from Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok in April, and we got a tease for that in Ghost Machine as well. Rat City is a new Spawn-centric title launching in April. It's going to be written by Erica Schultz with artwork by Zay Carlos. This one is going to be focused on a near-future cyberpunky type world where something has happened in the present day where there's a big necroplasmic explosion. Maybe this is something coming from Spawn 350. I'm not sure, but it somehow has effects through time and space, and nanites come from it and get in this dude's fake legs or something like that. But anyway, that's what Rat City is going to be. I was just on a conference call this week with Todd McFarlane and the editor, and the editor was talking about this being like a cyberpunk kind of vibe and flow. So I don't know, we'll see what happens there. Hercules debuts from Dynamite Comics in April. This is going to be written by Elliot Kalin with artwork by George Kambadias. This is a continuation of them doing Disney properties. I think Dynamite's been doing a great job with these Disney properties. Hercules isn't something that super appeals to me. I was already kind of aged out of the Disney movies at that point. Too cool for school, if you know what I mean. So I don't have a super attachment to the Hercules movie, but they have done good work with these properties so far, so this should be exciting for Hercules fans. Red Sonja Empire of the Damned releases in April from Dynamite Comics, written by Steve Niles, with artwork by Alessandro Amoroso. I can't read my handwriting there, so we'll see if that's actually the truth. But this is going to be Red Sonja versus some zombies, some dark fantasy type stuff, but it's Steve Niles. Steve Niles, who we know as the co-creator of 30 Days of Night, so that has some cool potential right there. Spectrograph is a new one from Distillery launching in April. This is the one written by James Tynan IV with artwork by Christian Ward. This one is ghost-centric. It's about this billionaire who spent all this time making this crazy house, building on it. Sound familiar? It's like, what is that, the Winchester House or something like that? But now that this eccentric billionaire has died, everybody can open up the doors of this house and find out all the crazy, mysterious, ghostly stuff that's been going on in there. So it's Tynan, it's Ward, it's Distillery. I think it's going to be pretty sharp. Then we got a couple trailers that I watched. I watched the trailer for Monkey Man, which is a Jordan Peele-produced movie that is directed by Dev Patel. I do like Dev's work. I loved him in Green Knight, loved him in Slumdog Millionaire. This looks like an interesting story, but it does just kind of look like a little bit of a ripoff of John Wick. But at the same time, it seems like it's kind of playing with that. An action-oriented, colorful revenge tale. It seems like it's having some fun with the idea of how similar it is to John Wick, though, so this is a wait and see, but the trailer was stylish and looked cool. Then we got that Roadhouse trailer. Jake Gyllenhaal doing a Roadhouse remake with director Doug Liman. We had a whole conversation about this yesterday on the Amy Rex and Robbie show. I tell you what, the trailer looks like cheesy, big, dumb fun, and that's what exactly Roadhouse should be. So, am I overly excited for it? Not necessarily, but I am a Doug Liman fan. I'm a huge fan of Swingers. I'm a huge fan of The Bourne Identity, so I will definitely give this one a shot. Even with the UFC tie-ins and all that stuff, I don't know. It looks like big, dumb fun to me. That trailer dropped. That comes out March 21st on Amazon Prime. Then we've got Tuesday, which is an A24 film. It's got Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it. She's a mother. Her young daughter has some kind of, it seems like some kind of a condition that may lead to her eventual death, and it's about her struggling to let go. I'll tell you what, just for a trailer, it was getting me. It was like tugging at my emotional cords. It was kind of a powerful trailer. The music, the way it swelled, the performance from Julia Louis-Dreyfus looked amazing. So this is definitely something I want to check out, but it's definitely probably going to be a tearjerker. So that's what we got for you this week. What's coming up here at PCP? Well, join me tonight on Dylan's Horror Show. We're talking about one of my favorite Stephen King film adaptations ever, The Dark Half. That's tonight on Dylan's Horror Show. Rockin Robbie Live, Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, and PCP Movie Night, 8 p.m. Central Time on Monday night. We're going to be talking about Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys. Should be great. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, drop a comment about any of the news that we shared today or anything that we missed. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Station. Keep on living. Pop, pop, boom!